Hello, everyone. Debra Lee here. Today, we're going to take a look at why we sabotage ourselves and how to overcome it. And getting out of our own way, right? Because I'm sure that no one listening would ever sabotage themselves, right? Well, as women, we always get in our way because we like to control everything in our lives. Now, if this is news to you, sorry, not sorry, but it's true. We control the kids and the husbands, or we'd like to think we do. We control the household budget. We like to control those who intersect in our lives. And basically, we all just have OCD. We have major control issues. I'm going to address the elephant in the room right here. There's nothing scarier than a woman with OCD, PMS, and a full bucket of attitude. So we think we are invincible and can handle anything on our own. After all, we are super women. We give birth after we have grown an entire human being inside of us, and we can multitask like none other. We can hold a baby in one arm and stir dinner with the other hand while dealing with the school principal on the phone because Johnny, yes, Johnny, that boy isn't going to live past 7 years old. And we can do the mama stink eye and the long reach mama slap while gathering intel with the eyes in the back of our heads. Then we go to work, climb the proverbial ladder, break through glass ceilings, deal with harassment, and don't make the same wages as the other half of the human race. That song, I Am WOMAN, has us all correctly summed up. Yes, we are super women, and yes, we are a very fine piece of work created by our Creator. We're very complex with lots of emotions and with lots of responsibilities. We are blessed with these superpowers, but sometimes we can be our best saboteurs. I have sabotaged myself a few times, and the thing is, I didn't know I was doing it until someone pointed it out to me. I had the OCD problem, not diagnosed as such, but the signs of control were there. I developed this control issue in my early 20s, and by the time I had my child at the age of 38, the OCD was in full bloom. Everything had to be perfect all the time. I had put very harsh demands on myself and even developed a stringent diet for myself, only allowing myself to eat 600 to 900 calories a day. The control issues also transferred over to how I treated others and how much I would allow others to help me. If I didn't think someone would do a project correctly, I did it myself. I even got down on the floor and combed the fringe on the throw rugs. Oh my goodness, my control issues became daunting. Then one day, the reality of what I was doing to myself and to others became very real. My mother was holding my infant son in her lap, and she looked down at him, shook her head, and stated, "I am so sorry that she is your mother." That was my wake-up call. I had been sabotaging relationships with family and friends and sabotaging relationships in my career. Up to that point, I hadn't realized that I could get much further ahead by working with people as a team and not so much as acting like a dictator. In my many years of experience, I've observed founders and heads of organizations and ministries with how they got in the way of themselves. I've seen it happen more times than I can count. As the heads, they have gone as far as they can go with their knowledge, skills, and abilities, but refuse to let themselves be surrounded by people who could take the organization to the next level. It's all about pride and ego, and their stubbornness keeps away exponential growth opportunities. They are cheating themselves, and they cheat others for being able to use their giftedness. As a business leader, it's a plus to surround yourself with those who have more knowledge, skills, education, and experience than you have. It's a blessing to learn and build together. If you do this, growth will happen. So let's delve into and look at the perfectionists first and how they get in their way. Then we will look at some other obstacles for those who don't have control issues. So about this perfectionist. Number one is they struggle to make decisions or act. Perfectionists are motivated to make the absolute best choice, even when doing so isn't strictly necessary. It can lead to decision paralysis. Number two is they worry excessively. They think deeply over and over about even the tiniest of mistakes. They can spend too much time on marginally productive activities before moving on. Number three, avoid challenges to avoid failure. For the most part, perfectionists tend to apply their extremely rigorous standards to only themselves. However, there can be some bleed through when they expect others to conform to their standards. This leaves them hard to work with or deal with. Number 4, constantly thinking about weaknesses, mistakes, and failures. They are motivated to avoid small mistakes because making them is the trigger, and they will constantly think about them. This can cause irritability and depression and can disrupt the person's performance and relationships. So here's some help for the perfectionist. They can learn from successes. So learning from failures can trigger. So learning from successes can help with balance and help with faster decision making. One way to help with this, for example, is when working on a project, list out 5 criteria that are important. Then permit yourself to be okay if 4 out of the 5 criteria are met. It's a way of retraining the brain and helping with other productive behaviors, such as spending 30 minutes returning an unsatisfactory, low-value item to a store when they could be doing something more productive. It's about relearning how to prioritize. Number 2, ask yourself how to improve 1%. We've heard this a lot. This is a helpful approach when you are prone to overcomplicate solutions to problems. Because being flawless is an issue, being able to improve behavior by 1% each day makes it easier to obtain change and doesn't seem demoralizing. Number 3, learn strategies to disrupt the rumination sequence. When a perfectionist starts to mull over something over and over, stop, pause, and ask if obsessing over it is helping. When thoughts go in circles, it's not problem solving, and it can put you in a bad mood. So here's a list of other ways people actually hold themselves back. So number 1 is here, poor people skills. You can get away with mistakes if you are socially intelligent and people like you. It's a soft skill that takes some practice if you are not a people person, but you can learn it. So number 2 is a negative attitude. No one likes a negative Nelly. Number 3 is a bad fit. Maybe you are in a situation that is simply a bad fit all the way around. Do you need to change it? I've always said if I find myself in a situation that's not working for me, I'd change it. Okay, number 4 is a lack of focus. Anything worth having is worth focus and commitment. Get yourself a daily planner to help you with this. A weak commitment. Apathy is not chic. Effort and commitment are in style. If you want it bad enough, you will honor your commitments and keep your word to others. Number 6, an unwillingness to change. Well, then there's that. So stubbornness and ego, there we go. Number 7, a shortcut mindset. We live in a world of instant gratification, and it is sad. No one wants to put in the effort, and they give up. A short road to success never pays off. Number 8, relying on talent alone. Talent alone is overrated. It's important, but it will only take you so far. A strong work ethic added to talent is like pouring gasoline on a fire. It's explosive. Number 9, a response to poor information. Don't make weighty decisions based on limited amounts of information. Gain reliable information by doing your homework. Many mistakes come from not being educated. Number 10, no goals. A major cause of getting in one's own way is the lack of goal setting. Winging it doesn't work. Set your goals and stick to them. Create a vision board to help you stay on track and make it. Number 11, waiting on things to happen automatically. Oh my goodness, how many times have I heard this? This never works. You must be a go-getter and work for it. Number 12, expecting to please others. One of the things I've always said, and I even wrote it in one of my books, is that what others think of me is none of my business. So if you like what you are doing, you'll like yourself. If you like yourself, you will be more relaxed, calm, inspiring, and happy. Number 13, acting as if you can change others. My question is why? You must earn the other person's respect if you want to change in behavior from them. Okay, number 14, act on impulse. This means acting without thinking. Impulsive behavior leads to mistakes and regrets. 15, overestimate what they thought they could do. Those who do this think they have to keep thinking about something until they're very sure. What needs to happen is you need to act and experiment. Then you will know for sure. Number 16, expect things to stay the same. Sounds like a rut to me. Change is good and it brings about growth. Number 17, expect things to change. Change is the effect of effort. No effort, no change. Number 18, thinking that being kind, nice, and reasonable should lead to the same behaviors from others. As long as we live on this side of heaven, that ain't happening. So learn how to play in the sandbox with those who are different than you. It's a soft skill of learning grace. 19, your thinking may be off. Nothing is wrong with you that corrective thinking cannot change. It's your thinking that might be messed up, not you. Find someone you trust to tell the truth to you. They are real friends. So here's a help list for everyone. Number 1, just pull the trigger. Just start. Put fear aside and just go. Number 2, do one thing at a time. Focus on one thing, one project, and get it right. Then move to the next item. I've seen it so many times where someone has a million balls in the air and they are not doing any one of them well, which leads to stress. Number 3, don't be afraid of failure. Do your best, but know that failure is a necessary part of the process. That's how we learn and improve. The last time you failed, did you stop trying because you failed? Or did you fail because you stopped trying? Failure doesn't mean that you won't succeed. It just means that it might take a little longer. So don't give up. Number 4, be consistent. Always be consistent. People give up before they've given an idea or project a chance to perform. Be consistent with your intent, performance, and positive attitude, and watch things happen. Number 5, choose your friends wisely. This is very important. Surround yourself with great friends who will cheer you on, motivate you, and celebrate your successes with you. Number 6, systematize everything. Free up your brain space for bigger and better thinking by taking decision-making out of the process. Automate as much as you can. Number 7, reflect on your influence. Working on your goals might trigger someone else to do the same. Always bring others along with you. Number 8, connect daily with your why. Write down your why. Practice saying it out loud. Post it at your desk. Connect it to it and connect others to it for support. Number 9, have a daily mindset practice. Get into your head and sort it out daily. Work through resistance and fear. Number 10, make personal development a priority. Most certainly, yes. Learn more soft skills. Don't let your ego get in the way. Number 11, step back and check in with your purpose. This will help you make sure you are still on track. Number 12, invest in yourself and your dream. Investing can mean classes or courses, personal development checkups, monetary investments, and planning. Number 13, and lastly, ask for help. There is no shame in asking for help. Bouncing around thoughts, ideas, and concerns with a trusted person can make a big difference in your success. Now, the next 2 slides are some positive affirmations to read through. If you'd like a copy of one or both, contact me on my website and I'll send you the files. Happy life building!